Well, Bloomington, Indiana, where I serve, is a wonderful city. Maybe one thing I love the most is it's always evolving and changing, in part because we get thousands of new students every year, and that Tier 1 research university just means we're full of ideas and change. And I love being in a city that's always learning new things and trying new things. Well, a CDFI, a Community Development Financial Institution, it's a mouthful to describe, but it's really it's a mission-oriented financial partner. It's a group of people who know how to use financing to help achieve mission and goals. As a mayor, I have a lot of goals, and having a CDFI partner, or more than one, even better, is a group of people who know how to assemble money and apply and direct financing to help accomplish common goals. Another area that CDFIs are really front and center on, to me, is diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. Sometimes I think you can call CDFIs diversity engines. They help drive diversity in your community in all kinds of ways. And so in that big theme of how does a community build better equity, build more diversity, real justice, CDFIs can be just outstanding partners. As a mayor, you're sitting in the middle of all kinds of challenges in the community, and I had experience in the CDFI industry and knew how much they could help us meet needs, from affordable housing needs. Almost every city I know in America needs more affordable housing, attainable housing, housing that can serve the whole range of people. And there are CDFIs that are really good at helping make that happen. We also really work hard to try to make sure there are new jobs and new companies and small entrepreneurs able to grow and pursue their dreams. And CDFIs also can help bring financing outside the kind of traditional financing system. You know, it's really fun to have been there at the beginning. Bloomington, we knew we needed help. I had spent a lot of time in the CDFI industry myself before I became mayor, knew how valuable they can be in a community, and thought about how can we do that in a small city like Bloomington, Indiana. And really, it was sitting down with Mark Pinsky and colleagues thinking about, well, do you really want to build a new CDFI? That's so hard, and there's so many good ones out there. Do you want to think about franchising the CDFI? And Mark identified, and we started talking, and it just hit me like a shining light. Like, what you really want is you want to help CDFIs that know how to do this come to your community. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, and you don't need to just pick one either. With CDFI Friendly, the magic is it's a way a community can pull a range of CDFI expertise into your community, whether it's a housing expertise, whether it's jobs expertise, whether it's helping invest in energy efficiency or a new child care center. And there are people out there who know how to do it, and you can try to bring them all to your community to address all of those challenges. So, you know, as we thought through the range of challenges in the community, it matched right up with the range of assets and talent and expertise in the CDFI sector. So CDFI Friendly Bloomington and CDFI Friendly America was a way to say, let's bring all of that breadth and depth of the CDFI sector into one community in an efficient way. And we've been very pleased with how it's worked. So let me talk a little bit about the logistics of how CDFI Friendly has worked for us and can work, I think. So one of the big challenges is just getting community members to understand what a CDFI is and what it can do. And CDFI Friendly America, with their depth of knowledge and their understanding of the sector, can help educate our local community and leaders here about it, and bring a third party that they like hearing an outside expert talk about that. So the education process was really important early, coming in, talking about what this could do. The technical assistance, I personally knew a fair amount about CDFIs. Most mayors probably don't, but I had worked in it. But having partners who can come into a community and help the city government understand the capacities, the needs, the opportunities that CDFI Friendly creates was huge. We invited in CDFIs from the area to come talk to us. And it was really a long process, a couple years for us. I think it can be faster now. We were kind of making it up as we went along, but we ended up creating a local entity with a board that oversees our staff, that helps be the facilitator to connect the local deals to the outside money, if you will, to the outside money and expertise, and bring them in, invite them in. It was a smooth process. It was an education process mostly, and now we're learning with each new financing deal. We're building relationships directly with CDFIs around the country. We're building relationships with local entrepreneurs or local developers who know they can access this financing. And together, I think we're learning how to accelerate this process. And I encourage everybody to look at it. So the CDFI Friendly process has been really valuable and important. Look, there's a little bit of a struggle because I think it's just hard for everybody to understand how this really works and how the CDFI sector works. And so that education process can take a while, making sure that your local bankers feel like have a partner, that they understand it, making your local business community and your nonprofit community understand that this is a way to accelerate what you're trying to do. And that's a bit of a process just to understand how it can help. But once people get it, it's a wonderful train to be on together, and it can create really great change in the community. We raised local money. We put some city money on the table and got our foundation, our community foundation, to match that, to say these are important efforts. Let's do this together. We brought banks in early, local banks and bankers, so that they didn't view this as a threat or a challenge, but really saw it what it was, which was a supplement and a partner in what they do. So funding the CDFI effort has kind of got two pieces. It's got the operating side, and then it's got the capital side. So on the operating side, the city put a little money on the table, and we got a community foundation to put some money on the table. Capital side, we really did, I think, a good job of getting the local banks to commit some millions of dollars for local capital, lending capital, as well as some other civic city organizations. Now, I will note that we've actually found that the CDFIs who come into town, we thought they might want local match for their lending, but generally they've said, hey, if it's a good deal, we'll do it. We don't need your local match. But we did build a capital pool of a few $1 million as available for lending too. But primarily the $25 million that's been lent has been overwhelmingly the private CDFI capital, and that's leveraged tens of millions more of other capital. So getting that operating money early, you gotta have early money to help make that happen. And then having the capital has proven, both of those have been important and helpful. Well, look, CDFI Friendly has worked just like we hoped for us. It's brought in $25 million of new CDFI money, many orders of magnitude more than we had before in the community, helping us address these challenges of housing and community facilities, and helping us think about climate and equity and justice, diversity, all those things. And so we have one staff member that's full-time. I think that may grow over time. We've been building these linkages, these relationships with the CDFIs in our area, in our region, in the nation, to help bring them to Bloomington, because they want to expand their markets too. This is a win-win. It helps our community, and it helps the CDFIs and the whole CDFI sector. So we want to continue to lean into this. It's helping our government be more efficient. It's helping our community meet our goals. And I think it's helping grow the CDFI sector in the country too, which is so important right now to build that equity, build that approach to justice, economic justice all around the country. Look, as a sitting mayor, I know how many different issues cross my desk, and I know for communities all across the country, they're very, very similar of how many challenges we have to try to meet. And let me just say, finding the right partners is the key. Finding the right people to help you do that work and meet those needs is fundamental. And CDFI Friendly is a way to bring in a whole sector, a whole industry of experts with advice, with expertise, with financing that can help you meet these needs. So I really do think any city that is not looking at how do I bring in this CDFI sector to help me meet the affordable housing needs, the growth of business and equity in my community, the dealing with climate change, the support for the social service sector and the community institutions need to happen. It's like this partner that's waiting there to come help you. And it's structured. I won't say it's easy, because all these things are hard. They're complicated issues to deal with, but having a great partner is so important and so valuable. So I urge everybody, if you get a chance to jump into CDFI Friendly, I promise you will thank yourself later, and your community will thank you, because you'll be helping them meet the needs that they all have.